Today, we highlight and break down one of the greatest MVP seasons the league has ever seen. Arguably the greatest, especially on the offensive end. Yes, Steph Curry's 2015-16 historic MVP season. Steph reached new heights with his vigorous shooting/scoring efforts within that season. During that illustrious run, Steph broke the record for the most three-pointers made in a single season. Steph made history by knocking down his 287th triple on the season in February with 24 left. The previous record holder? Steph Curry in 2014-15. Steph knocked down 115 more triples over his final 23 games played, averaging 5 three-pointers made per contest. For the season, Steph made 402 total three-pointers in 79 games, averaging 5.1 three-pointers made per game, which is an NBA record. In the game prior to breaking the single season for three-pointers made, Steph broke another record. This was for the most consecutive games with at least one three-pointer made, as he connected from three for the 128th straight game. Steph would then extend the streak to 157 games before having it snapped. Steph became the 7th member of the 50-40-90 club. He did this by shooting 50.4% from the field, 45.4% from the three-point range, and 90.8% from the free throw line. Two more players have since joined the exclusive club, and that's Michael Bryant and Kyrie Irving. Additionally, Steph is the only member of that club to average at least 30 points per game, as he finished with a league-leading 30.1 points per game. He also made more than twice as many triples of any member of that club, as Steve Nash ranked second with 179 three-pointers made. Steph was not only the league's MVP that season, but you can make a compelling argument that he could have also been the most improved player of the year that season. Steph improved his player efficiency rating by more than any other reigning MVP in history. In 1984-85, Larry Bird increased his PER by 2.3 points, the highest increase at the time by a reigning MVP. It took Steph's improvement of 3.5. Steph also dominated in crunch time for the Dubs that season, as he averaged 50.4 points per 48 minutes in the fourth quarter, which is the highest rate since the league started tracking that stat in 1996. Now, as much as Curry is known for his three-point shooting prowess, Steph wasn't just an elite shooter from the three that season. He also led the league in field goal percentage on layups at 68.7%. Steph's effective field goal percentage on corner threes was eye-popping at 71.9%, tops among all point guards and third best in the NBA, behind JJ Redick and Kyle Korver. Steph also made 51.6% of his shots between 28 feet and the half-court line, which is 47 feet. The rest of the NBA will only hit 20.8%. Steph made more deep three-pointers than 10 NBA teams combined. Steph's PER of 31.5 was the best for a guard since Michael Jordan's 1990-91 season. And I know you might be thinking, what about MJ in the Bulls' 72-win season? Well, MJ had a 29.4 PER, a sizable gap compared to Steph in the Warriors' 73-win campaign. Steph also topped the NBA in hockey assists. Now, you're probably asking, what's a hockey assist? Well, a hockey assist is a pass that leads to an assist. And Steph averaged 2.5 a game that season. Now, Steph doesn't just shoot brilliantly. He also creates plays for his teammates at an elite level, particularly in a pick and roll. When Steph is the ball handler on a pick and roll, his points per direct are the highest in the league. Steph's points per possession on plays where defenders go under the screen is an absurd 1.24 a game. By far the best in the league among players with 100 such chances that season. Now, we know Steph by far is the greatest shooter of all time, and it's not really the amount of three-pointers he's made, although he's the all-time leader. It's more of the degree of difficulty. On contested three-pointers during the unanimous MVP run, Steph made 200 of them, and made a ridiculous 42.5% of them. Quantified shot quality, or QSQ, accounts for shot location, defender location, and what type of shot it was, among other variables. We can use this same metric to identify shots off passes as well, and no other player created higher quality looks for his teammates than Steph. Steph had a qualified shot quality of 57.9. When Steph passes to a teammate, if that teammate was a league average shooter from that spot, they would have an effective field goal percentage of 57.9, which was first in the NBA and well above league average. To put into play how lights out Steph was shooting the ball that season, Draymond Green was a top 50 scorer in the NBA that season. Draymond shot a career high 49% from the field and averaged 14 points per game. In all, Draymond made 401 field goals that season. Steph made 402 3-pointers. Not field goals, 3-pointers. There are studies upon studies about the optimal way to play basketball. A natural byproduct of the analytics era, and every team's desire to find a competitive edge. The modern pace of space era has reminded us all that indeed 3 is better than 2. Steph's unanimous MVP season plays a pivotal part in that. It not only changed the NBA, but basketball culture. You pull up to your local pickup games, and you can bet there's going to be some local hoopers pulling up from deep range. Now I know some people will put an asterisk by this season because he sort of came up short in the NBA Finals. However, in terms of shooting the basketball and overall impact, there may not be a better MVP season ever. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're interested. See you next video.